Hello?
Hello.
So I've been doing work with the TV on, and the world is on fire.
I could see on Twitter, man, like everyone's just...
I don't know. So fuck Twitter. Mercedes have just taken this to a new level.
Oh,
They're going to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Basically, every sport in the world
yeah.
is run by the CAS,
Okay,
and
fine.
they have lodged a formal appeal with them. Like this is now above Formula One itself. Like this has just gone to shit. And I
Damn.
kind of feel bad for Red Bull and Max because they did nothing wrong, right?
Yeah,
It's not their fault, but they might retrospectively get shit taken away from them. So, lol.
Wait, can that actually... So, okay, what happens if Mercedes win that? What's the worst that can happen? Do they... Like,
So
what happens next?
if it is decided that the FIA breached their own regulations,
Yeah.
it is possible that the race will be counted back 2 laps because it's happened before where the race has been counted back 2 laps, but not for like this reason.
Yeah, okay.
And as a result, whatever the standings were on lap 56 as they crossed over the safety car
Yeah.
line
So
3
whoever's
will
first
be what
wins. Okay.
well, whatever the order was after lap 56. Because the other question that Mercedes, I mean, in the same argument that they've brought, is Max. So what happened is that Max was the only one who was given the opportunity to overtake the car in front of him.
Yeah.
Because everyone else behind still had lap cars in between them and the guys that were in front of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So how is it, like, it's not fair, it was only done so that Max could race Lewis,
Lewis and
but no one else on the grid was allowed to race anyone else.
it's a bit fishy, man.
So yeah, everything's gone to shit. I mean, there's also, Mercedes have also protested the fact that Max Verstappen was too close and potentially overtook Lewis before the restart, but that's probably going to get...
So wait, that first incident where Max, pushed that left corner, right, to turn
Yeah,
left, and
yeah.
then they said Hamilton allowed time. When did he allow
Yeah.
time?
So when Hamilton rejoined the track, he was like 2.5 seconds in front. And if you look at him crossing over the finish straight line of the first lap,
Yeah.
he was back to within 0.7 seconds.
Oh, okay, fine.
But the
Okay.
problem is it's a bit like, I kind of agree. I think Lewis should have given the like that one. Like, I think he should have given the position back. But I think they were too scared. It's funny because they were too scared in that instance to be like, okay, hand the position back already on lap 1. But then they weren't too scared to start skipping over sections of their own laws to let there be a race on the final lap. So it was really... Hey, it's fun. Hey, you picked a good first race to watch because nothing
Dude.
fucking happened and everything's going on afterwards.
Honestly, I was just.
So I'm watching a race with 0 overtakes.
Well, it was still
so
fun
much
though.
fun.
Like it was fun to see Lewis hold that position for a long time. What do you think about him not changing his tires from like 14th lap?
So he could do it.
He's not
What do
allowed.
you
I
mean?
mean, because he had the hard tires on
Yeah.
from lap
So
14,
he had
and he didn't have
lap
chance.
14. He did it just to cover up that Max, and then with the first safety car, he couldn't do it because Perez had blocked him. So Perez had backed him up, right?
Okay, fine, yeah.
So I didn't know if you saw it, but the lap that he overtook Perez,
Okay.
Perez was 8 seconds slower on that lap than his previous lap.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay.
Because he was just like in that final few corners under the hotel. I don't know if you know where that is, but
No.
right at the end of the lap, he was kind of like just braking his car on the corner, and then you can't really overtake there. It's a bit like when we went karting, right? And you couldn't overtake Colette on some of the corners because she was just putting her car in the middle. So he could go as slow as he wanted, and he backed him up all the way into Max. So instead of having a 10-second gap that he couldn't extend, he only had a 2-second gap, which meant that he couldn't pit the first time. And then the second time, it was the same thing where they thought the race was going to end under safety car. So if they come in and pit, then he comes out behind Max, even though so it's basically be the opposite of what we saw this time. But everyone's understanding of the rules is that it takes 3 laps to get rid of a safety car from the moment that the track is clear, and it was going to take at least 3 laps to get rid of the car. So Mercedes is like, we're never finishing this race.
Do you think?
It turned out,
Do you think Thingy will Hamilton would accept that he won this way? Like, how do you feel about the win? Like, if Mercedes do, you know, win this battle, how do you think the fans would
I think
react, or you? Like, how would
I
you?
think I think
Yeah,
he
how would
deserves
you?
it. He won that race. Like in my mind, he won that race, and then it got taken away from him.
In the
I
last
think
thing, yeah.
the only dodgy thing is that it's now the same way that I am as a Hamilton fan right now, feeling like the FIA took it away from us. Then you're gonna have all the Red Bull fans saying the same thing
Same thing, yeah.
the other way. So
I
like,
feel sorry for Max though if that does happen.
it's just a lose-lose. Like honestly, this scenario is a lose-lose for the sport. But I do like what they like. His dad obviously came and just told him.
Who loses that?
Yeah. So Lewis's
Yeah.
dad obviously came and told him and said, "Look, Toto's taking care of it. You just play the
Oh, okay.
act as if we've lost, and then Toto will take care of the legal."
Really?
bullshit after."
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
I'm pretty sure. Because I can easily see Lewis of complaining and the thing at the end, but instead
Yeah,
he
but-
came out with this whole, well done for Max. It was
Well
a great
done.
season.
I saw him wiping his tears, and I was like, oh, it's so sad. Damn, man. It's gonna be a
I mean,
sticky
look,
one.
someone was going to lose, and we all thought that someone was going to lose because, like, they made a mistake. But it turned out that someone lost because the sport made a mistake, and that's a bit weird.
That was, yeah, the last minute change. They were like, yeah, we're not gonna let any cars, what do you call it,
Overtake.
overtake, and then it was like, yeah, no, maybe we will. Fuck's sake.
It's like, I feel like it's like we watched a Champions League final, and it was 1-0 to I don't know, to Manchester City or whatever. And then the other team decides to dive in the penalty box, and they're like, "No, you can have a penalty.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead."
That was actually fun. I enjoyed that, watching that race. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Hey, when shit's on the line, it's always fun. Where's bench shot 1 and bench shot 2? They're here.
I'm not sure. Playing the solos at the moment. Dude, I can't believe that first. How did Mr. Thingy Hamilton take off in the race start? Like, how is that? He had medium tires. How did Max not beat him? Was it just reaction, or was it the car, or was it a mixture of both?
Like he got a bit of like not wheel spin, but he was in the wrong gear basically.
But seriously.
Made a mistake.
Oh,
No, it's
okay.
not. So it's not that, but it's like, so if in a Formula One car you can get like clutch slip at the beginning,
Okay.
and basically that's what happened. Where like he puts the accelerator down, he puts it down a bit too much, and then releases the clutch, and like it's not biting properly in a
Okay,
way
fine.
that the engine isn't delivering optimal output. It's just that was just an Max fucking. Because if you saw, I think Perez had a pretty good start behind him and had to pull out.
No, I didn't see that. I'll probably watch the highlights again.
So, Mum, I have loads of tissues.
What the fuck's happening?
Which are like this.
I can't believe Mercedes have actually gone to the CAS. Like that is. That's like where you send like doping people who did take drug tests and shit.
I'm definitely not in the greatest or best position.
Oh shit. Let me turn my TV back on. That might be a stupid decision.
Sure, there's probably like 2 more. Maybe it's him. Yeah, yeah.
Someone shot me, I don't know where you went. Interesting. Okay, so when's the next Formula One season start?
March.
March.
Testing in February though.
Okay, let's go.
Actually, when is it Barcelona testing or Bahrain testing? F1 testing.
Incoming bombing, oh motherfucker. If you camp too much in Vanguard Warzone, right, there's random mortar strikes come at you to make you
Oh,
move,
what?
to get you moving. I'm playing solos and I've been camping. Mortar strikes have been fucking me up. And it's just a single strike.
Oh wait, there's pre-season. When does pre-season testing start? Oh wait. Oh, there might be racing. I mean, not racing, but
Lewis is still, you know, taking part this year, right? Or was he retiring?
yeah. I mean, the only problem I think that the two teams are going to have is that Ferrari basically put this entire season in the bin and focused on next season with a massive rule change. So we'll
Rule change,
expect.
okay.
So there's a big rule change where they're getting rid of a lot of the aerodynamics of the cars to help them like, be able to race closer. But
Okay.
because there were two teams this year that were fighting each other out, Mercedes and Red Bull, they were focusing on this year's car to try and get every bit of performance out of it. Whereas Ferrari were like, fuck it, we don't care where we finish. We're chucking it all in the bin. We're focusing on next year.
Next year's. Okay.
And with Ferrari being the richest team on the grid, it is very possible that their car next year is going to be rapide.
Fair enough.
Okay, provisional F1 qualification. So we'll go to Spain on the 23rd of February, and then we go to Bahrain on the 10th of March, and then we start the season on the 24th of March.
Break up. Break up.
Break up.
Break up. Seven. Why does your girlfriend support Max Verstappen?
Wait, what? What did she post? I'm breaking up with her. But
Break
I mean,
I
she
don't.
can-
I don't have any. I don't have
she
anything
can
against
res-
Max, man.
She can. I have nothing against. Like, I mean, I do have things against Max, but this race, Max did nothing wrong.
I don't have enough information to make my own decision about him. So far, all I can say is he's a good driver.
You know, no, but like, he's not British.
Yeah, still,
Now,
I mean,
okay, that's the one thing I don't understand. Is that
This is big.
there's so many British people against Lewis Hamilton with all of their heart. I don't get that. I don't get.
As in,
Wait,
there's
what
British
did you
people
get?
that hate Verstappen,
British
that we
people
say,
who
not
hate
Lewis Hamilton.
Who hate Lewis?
Oh, okay, fine.
He's a
Bit of a
British
nonsense,
driver.
aren't
He's
they?
done nothing to British people. What the fuck?
They're non-say.
Yeah, what's happening with it, Alex?
It's all gone to shit. It's currently with the FIA stewards. I think they've just walked out of the stewards room, from what I can see on Twitter. So we might have a verdict soon about what the FIA say. But then Mercedes have also appealed with the International Court of Arbitration for Sport. So regardless of what the FIA choose, oh sorry, not regardless, but if the FIA choose to keep the race result as it is, they're going to then put the entire Formula 1, International Autosport Federation on trial in front of the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Basically, Michael Massey fucked up because I don't think he realised that there was
Oh, Chupapi.
a predetermined regulation for having, like, the lap cars must join the back of the pack and the safety car must come in one lap after the lap cars are let by, and all of the lap cars must be let by the safety car at the same time, right? I think he didn't realise that was a rule, and as a result, when he made up the rule that he wanted, it kind of put the entire sport into, like, fuck, we're fucked now. Because the FIA is now going to do everything they can to save face and protect him, even though their own rules say that he fucked up. And in the meantime, Mercedes are going to do whatever they can because they're going to argue that they made the decisions they made based on the fact that the race should have never restarted. So. Because I guess from Mercedes' point of view, if they knew that the race was going to start again, they would have pitted Lewis regardless of coming out behind, right?
Yeah.
Coming out behind Max or not. But as far as they were aware, with 5 laps left to go, and with a minimum of 3 laps needed to unlap the safety car, they were like, there's no way that the Williams is being removed within 2 laps, so we're fine. The race is just going to end on the safety car.
I'm on 8 kills solo.
And I don't know if you've seen, there's the other thing about Max overtaking Lewis behind the safety car as well, being protested by Mercedes.
That's, I mean, I did, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, I don't really.
No, so he was marginally ahead of Lewis, and the argument that Mercedes are making is that it's Lewis's race to control, so he should be able to choose the line he wants, and Max Verstappen put his car on the racing line in front of Lewis Hamilton, forcing Lewis Hamilton to take a suboptimal line through the final corners, giving Max an advantage to overtake him into the first lap, so into the last lap. So.
Okay.
Honestly, this entire thing's gone to shit. I feel like if they just let it end on the safety car, it would have been like arguments, but Lewis was clearly quicker. If they just brought it in for red flag straight away and let them have a 5-lap race at the end of the race, that's fair enough. But what they did is effectively like choose a winner.
Yeah, yeah.
A bit dodgy. I mean, even Norris. So George Russell, who's obviously Lewis's teammate next to him, came out and flat out said that this is bullshit. What the fuck's going on? Norris, when he was asked about it afterwards, said it was an exciting end to the race, but why wasn't every car allowed to unlock themselves? Because I think he had backmarker traffic behind in between him and Gasly or whoever is behind him. So why was he not allowed to fight Gasly for sixth place or whatever? Oh, this is interesting. I can't wait. I'm not going to sleep tonight because I've got to teach tomorrow. Got lessons to plan. Fuck am I doing? Perez, what a legend, man.
Just gone and done it, boys. It's one of my solos. It's cool.
No, shut
Well
up,
done.
Oh man, I'm shivering, man. Fuck.
I think I will admit, I do agree with a lot of people online, where they said Lewis deserved to win today, it probably deserved